Today we we're still talking to second year students, and the topic is, or the subject is, the academic writing. In the previous lecture we talked about how to divide your ideas logically, and today we move to how to relate or connect the paragraph together as one unit by means of coherence and the unity of the unity of the paragraph. Look, when we talk about coherence, okay, this means that the paragraph or the ideas in the paragraph should move smoothly from beginning to end. It means that the paragraph should be one unit, okay, one mass, one content. We can make it as one unit that we understand the meaning as a whole. So this can be achieved by three things. Use nouns and pronouns consistently throughout the paragraph. Use transition signals to show relations. Put your ideas into some kind of logical order, such as logical division and so on. So we have the three steps in order to achieve coherence. Again, coherence is to make the text in a simplified way, to make the text as one unit which is connected structurally and content and content together as one unit. So the first one is, according to the structure, how to make the paragraph or the text is unit. Look here, we say that the nouns and the pronouns, when are used consistently throughout the paragraph, it will make it as what? A string of ideas without any interruption for the reader to think about things heavily. So, in this point, for example, if we talk about subject, the subject or nouns, if the noun is singular, so we don't mention it another time but plural. Or we talk about, or we use plural nouns when we mention it again, so we don't change it into singular. Okay, so if the subject or the noun is singular, so we're still talking about it in the form of singular. If it is plural, so we're still talking about it as a plural. This is one. If the subject is a plural, so of course there is a grammatical relationship or concord agreement between the subject and the verb. So we should care about this again. So if we look here, we say students, okay, students, plural, who know. But if I say a student who knows, so I can't say this is consistency. I can't say students who knows, okay, because the subject is a plural, while the verb here is with the what? Third person, or it is singular. Okay, a student is singular, so we say a student who knows, but I can't say a student who know. Why? Because the subject is singular and the verb here should be what? Without s. And so, third person. So, in general, there should be a consistent way or order of ideas. So now I say a student who knows a few Latin and Greek words roots, I say has, not have. Okay, again in the second line, I don't say students. Why? Because here I start with student, not students, and so on. So the first point, don't change from singular to plural. If we talk about the pronouns, okay, you have pronoun with the subjective case. So we don't change it when you mention it again into objective case. Or if the pronoun is plural, so then don't change it into singular and so forth. This achieves consistency. Again, this will help the reader to process the text easily in order to understand it. So be careful about these points, that we don't change from singular into plural or vice versa. Don't change from one case to another case, for example, from subjective to objective and so on. Unless we talk about certain features in the sentence according to the position of the pronoun or noun in the sentence. Okay? And the concord between the subject and the verb. Again, this is important. This a form of coherence. Of course, this is not everything about coherence, is how to make the text coherent. Okay, but here we talk about at least 1 or 2 points about them that help you to how to write your paragraph in a consistent way. Okay, another point is the use of transition signals. As we said that in the previous lecture, when we talked about how to mention your reasons, how to mention your features, we say that we have certain expressions like the first reason, the second reason, the third reason, or how to introduce the concluding sentence. And we say that we have a certain expressions like to sum up, improve, and so on and so forth. So this is what we call transition signals. Signals are words and expressions that connect the idea in one sentence with the idea in another sentence. Okay? So these are the expressions and words that are used to connect, to relate, to signal one idea in one sentence with another idea in another sentence. This will help the reader again to process the paragraph correctly. So when you mention something, okay, when you mention something, you have to give indication that now I'm in this point and now I move to another point and so on and so forth. And some of these expressions you look here. First of all, for example, therefore, furthermore, moreover, on the other hand, for instance, as a result. Each one, of course, has certain meaning and you have to know how to use them. So, for example, if I say first of all, tells you to look for the first main point, okay? Or if I say, for example, it means here we have, or we give example about a certain point, previous point. Therefore, it means that here I indicate the result and so on and so forth. By the way, these expressions are important. Their meanings are important. You have to keep them. And here are the examples about these words and expressions or signals. So, for example, they are divided into, as you see here on the table, divided into under different titles. So some of them are sentence connectors. It means that they connect sentences, like first, second, first of all, next, meanwhile, after that, finally, now. So here, these connect one sentence with another sentence. In other words, one idea with another idea. Okay, another type of signals that to list ideas in a logical division of order. Say first, second, third, fourth, and so on. Furthermore, first of all, also, in addition, here we have what not connect sentences, but when we list ideas. To add a similar idea, okay, we have certain expressions like similarly, likewise, also, or to add an opposite idea on the other hand. However, so now these words and expressions are not random ones, but are classified according to certain meanings. So according to the meaning, according to the content, they express, so we use them. Again, we have different expressions and words. According to the meaning, we use them. To give an example, we have, for example, for instance, to give a reason, we use because of. To give a result, therefore, thus, consequent, as a result. To give a conclusion, all in all, in a previous conclusion, and so forth. Okay? So, this is, in general, about how to use them according to the meaning they express, according to the function they express, we use them. Of course, the use of these expressions and words isn't without rules, how to place them, how to punctuate them. Okay, so here we have certain rules about how to use transition words. So the words and phrases and sentence connectors, here we talk about the first class of transition words, should be followed by a comma if they occur in the first of the sentence beginning. So first of all, initial in the sentence, so I place comma after them, okay? Or when, of course, with certain exceptions we have, not all of them, we have certain exceptions, okay? Or they occur medial in the sentence, also they are preceded and followed by commas, or they occur final in the sentence, so they are preceded by commas. So initial followed by, final preceded by, and medial preceded as well as followed by commas. Or we talk about another class of coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions. So to connect simple sentences. how to use them, or when we use them to connect simple sentences like so. Okay, so when we use coordinated conjunctions to connect simple sentences, two sentences together, so this is the connector, so it should be preceded by the comma. Okay, with the other classes, according to the feature, sometimes with or without commas. Okay, so the process of punctuation and the process of placing or writing is something which is important to take care about it, because the process of writing and this punctuation, of course, represents a type of pausing and where to end the sentence, when this part of the sentence is important or not. Well, it is in main part of the sentence or subsidiary and so forth. And so, of course, will help the listener to understand what you want to say. Okay, and all of this will help the process of processing the cognition or cognitive processes of writing, piece of writing.